An opinion piece out today accuses the media of trying to mislead the public on the Supreme Court ruling that said a Christian web designer does not have to create wedding sites for same-sex couples. Writing in the Washington Examiner, Peter Laffin says in part that much of the media want people to believe, quote, that the decision will allow businesses to turn away specific customers, as opposed to specific customer requests that violate the conscience of the service provider. We're joined by Kellie Fiedorek, Senior Counsel and Government Affairs Director for Alliance Defending Freedom. She also represented Lorie Smith in the Supreme Court case 303 Creative versus Elenis this term. Kellie, it's good to see you. Your team must be thrilled with the ruling for your client. What was the reaction internally?
Well, we were thrilled because the Supreme Court upheld free speech for all Americans, saying that the government cannot force anyone to say something that they don't believe. So this is good news. It's not only good news for Lorie Smith, the graphic designer in this case. This is good news for the pro-life photographer, the Democrat speechwriter, and the LGBT graphic designer. Regardless of what your beliefs might be, this decision is truly remarkable and exciting for all of us, upholding that free speech is for everyone.
Now, Kellie, it seems that enthusiasm was not shared by many in the mainstream media and elsewhere. Are you seeing distortions of the impact of this decision?
Absolutely. There's been a really disheartening attempt to discredit this decision, to delegitimize the Supreme Court and our client. But let me be very, very clear. This decision upholds the free speech rights for everyone. Lorie will continue to, as she always have, serve everyone, including those who identify as LGBT. And non-discrimination principles remain firmly in place under this court's decision. The court said that people will continue to have access to goods and services, and they will also continue to be able to speak consistent with the core of who they are. That's good news for everyone, despite these really unbelievable attempts to discredit this incredible decision.
Now, those attempts also include criticisms of your client and the facts of the case over whether a same-sex person or couple had actually reached out to her asking for these services. What do you make of these claims, and how do you respond?
Well, they're disgusting, really, in terms of them trying to perpetrate lies about what's going on in this case. Lorie stipulated to the fact, she said under threat of perjury, that she did receive this request. She had every reason to believe the request was genuine. And the bigger point, though, Monsi, that people are forgetting is that whether she was being baited by this request or whether it was genuine, this was a pre-enforcement challenge. So the request didn't matter at all to the underlying facts of the case. And the 10th Circuit and the Supreme Court didn't even rely on this. They said that she had standing. They said that she was suffering harm. And so the decision in this case still stands. And it's really disheartening to see these attempts to undermine. And it really shows an ignorance of the facts and an ignorance of what a pre-enforcement challenge is all about.
Absolutely. Well, those are big legal words, pre-enforcement challenges. So I can tell how it could be confusing, but there's lasting impact with this ruling and with challenges like this. What has the court said about the kinds of protections that Christians do have, and actually all Americans have, with this decision?
Well, under this decision, the court said that tolerance, not coercion, is our nation's answer. And that is so true for all of Americans. All of us have deeply held beliefs and a desire to live consistent with those, whether those beliefs about marriage are the same as Lorie's, whether those are different. We all have beliefs that differ. That's what makes a pluralistic, beautiful, rich society that we have here in the United States of America. And this case said, all of us can continue to live and to speak consistent with those beliefs without fear that the government is going to censor us or force us to speak its preferred message instead of our own views.
Thank you so much, Kellie Fiedorek, Senior Counsel and Government Affairs Director for Alliance Defending Freedom.